All right. Welcome to Charlottesville, Indiana, and Eastern Hancock High School. We got the season opener for the Royals. I believe it's the second game for Anderson Prep. They played last night. I believe we're getting started here with number 11 for Anderson Prep, Derek Daly. I am having some scoreboard issues. That's a ball one to get started. So the scoreboard's probably not going to be right until I get it figured out. And do have a few things I've been trying out. Strike there. Internet connection's not quite very good where I'm at, so we may drop. Nope, hit right up the middle. Throw over the first base. Get the out. So one out here to start. I believe it's Chris Craney on the mound for the Royals. Like I said, I'll keep trying to work on my getting the scoreboard going, but it's currently not working. It is starting to rain a little bit here. We're going to have a hit by pitch. And that was Jack Scott that was up the bat that was hit. And the rain's coming down a little bit harder. Oh, it is good. It's the corner, outside corner, strike one. That's hit deep out of left field. And it's going to go foul. Again, we may not have the scoreboard outside. And that's right down the third baseline. And Anderson Prep's going to move runners to first and third here in this top of the first inning. Next pitch, it's hit, played to third base. They go to second, out at second, I believe. But a runner's going to score for Anderson Prep, and they get their first run of the season, I believe. And the Jets take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. strike there. Ben Scott up the bat for the Jets. And that's fouled up and out of play. Strike. That's strike 3. And the strikeout. So the Jets get 1 run in the top of the first, and we move to the bottom of the first. You may see the scoreboard go away, come back and go away. As again, I'm trying to figure out why they won't communicate. I wonder if it's that number. If you're interested in subscribing, we're on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter tonight. You can view us in all 3 locations and on IHSA TV. IHSATV.org. Planning on doing about 1 game a week between all the spring sports. So we did a softball game a couple weeks ago. We're doing a baseball game this week. Next week, potentially 1 or 2 games. We're going to attempt a track invitational even. So, but we won't be at every game. I'll see. I know I'm not going to be able to keep track of everything on the scoreboard until I get this fixed. Nope, I'm not going to be able to do that. First up for the Royals, it's going to be Wyatt Sutton, Jr.
Just a way.
Athletes, if we can help getting the hurdles off the track. Each athlete, please help us get hurdles off the track, please. First call, girls 100-meter dash. Second call, boys 100-meter dash.
That's going to be fouled up toward third base. And it's going to be out of play. Pitching for the Jets is Daly, I believe.
Results for the girls' shot put. First place went to the top.
And Wyatt hits it down third base line. And it's going to be another foul ball. I do have the chat open, so if you have any issues or notice anything out of the ordinary, feel free to let me know. Pitches outside. Again, sorry that the scoreboard is not keeping up on the stream. And a walk. It's going to move Sutton over to first base. And that's going to bring up Caden Hancock. Go back to the original pace. All right, stop. Caden, the senior. Strike one. And he hits it out toward left field, and it falls. Sutton moves over to third, and it's overthrown, and Sutton's going to go all the way and score the run. Hancock's going to get all the way to third base. Couple throwing errors there by the Jets, but nice hit there by Caden. And that's going to bring up Landon Kittner here. Ties the score up 1-1. Inside. Kittner barely gets out of the way. Ball. 3 balls, no strikes. And another walk. Kittner's going to go to first. So we got Kittner on first, Hancock on third, and that's going to bring up Drew White. And that's going to be hit foul down the left line. See what kind of view we got. Scoreboard's kind of hard to read even with that view. Kittner's going to steal second. Strike by Drew White. 0-2 count. Daly to pitch for the Jets. Drew gets a hold of that one towards center field. Shortstop drops it. Nearly made a play on it. That's going to score Hancock. Kintner's going to stay at second. Drew White's on first base. And that's going to bring up Cameron Wise, another senior. And the score is now 2-1. Again, our scoreboard's not quite correct. And Wise lays down the bunt nicely. And I think, did he call him out? He called him out. I thought he made it. All right, I got a replay button. I need to start hitting the replay button. So it looked like he did a nice job laying it down. It's going to bring up Chris Craney. What time last lot line, do you think? Runners on second and third. Strike. It's a foul ball back behind us. It really was a really nice day all day today, and now it's getting a little cloudy, rainy, windy. Ball outside. Again, feel free to share it out there. Let them know that we're showing some Royals baseball here on the season opener. Craney gets out of the way. It's going to bring Kittner home. And Drew White advances the third. Royals now lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the first. Again, I'm hoping to get this scoreboard on the stream working. Outside, that's going to be a walk. And that's going to bring up Brandon Ridgway, the sophomore. We're going to have a pinch runner who's coming in. Josh Hunt. Josh Hunt's moving over to pinch run at first. And Hunt's going to take second base. And now we have runners at second and third. 2-0 count. Strike. 2-1. Inside. It's another walk. It's going to bring up junior Griffin Brown. And we've got a timeout here. Gives me a chance to see if I can get this score. But there is a game program. So if you scan that QR code at the top, there is a game program that has rosters. Anderson Prep did play last night. Lost their game 21-0 to Westdell. Pitch gets by the catcher, and that's going to bring home Drew White. And the other runners hunt on third, I believe. And Ridgeway now at second. Griffin fouls it off. He goes after a low one there and strikes out. 2 outs for the Jets. And that brings up Landon Stanley here. And he hits it toward left field. Shortstop's going to make a play on it and get the third out. And the Royals now lead 4-1, going to the top of the second. Do you want to mention we do have our family sponsors that have sponsored us this year? So we appreciate all those people that have sponsored us. And it's been a real help. And to the whole athletic program this year, given the situation we've been in. The good thing is there's no limitations to coming to spring sports at this time. So get out here and get a chance to see some high school sports, especially if you haven't been able to in the winter and the in the fall. And like I said, I'm going to try to play around with this scoreboard a little bit. right, we're coming to the top of the second. Again, the scoreboard's wrong. It's 4-1. I'm still working on it. You'll probably hear me chant and cheer whenever I finally figure out what I'm doing wrong. Hopefully our signal doesn't go away. Hit down the third base line, but it's going to go foul. Getting a little chilly. I was a little worried about it being hot out here this evening. And the temperature has dropped quite a bit. We got Drew White is playing first base for the Royals. Caden Hancock is playing second. Wyatt Sutton's playing shortstop. Landon Kittner's playing third base. Chris Craney is pitching for the Royals. Outfielders, center field, Cameron Wise. Landon Stanley playing right field. And Brandon Ridgway in left field. Griffin Brown playing catcher. No walk. Sorry, I didn't see what happened. I was messing with the scoreboard. We tried to pick him off. An overthrow. And that's going to take him to third base, but the play from Sutton kind of had the relay throw and got to Kittner, and Kittner makes the tag, and he's out. So something that almost could have been a disaster ends up becoming an out for the Royals. The girls' softball team is playing Knightstown next door. I have not seen a score for that yet, but I'll look it up between innings at some point. Outside. And look good, strike. 1-2, count. And that's going to be fouled up. It's a pretty busy evening here. I think we got middle school softball was supposed to be playing back there. I'm assuming they're playing Greenfield tonight. And then you got middle school track meet here as well. Girls tennis team was heading to Randolph Southern tonight. Hopefully they got there and got some in before the rain reaches there. Inside. And we got another walk. It's going to bring up Gentry Wilkinson for Anderson Prep, number 10. Strike. Fouled off. Well, change the innings. And I can't. There's a. The program I'm using right now won't let me change the home score. I can change the away score, so it's going to look like we're losing if I keep track of the score. So until I get this figured out, if I get it figured out. Play there, second base, going to get the out, easy out there at second. Now we've got runners at first and third. It's a whole, I mean, I think our problem is we have no Wi-Fi out here. So everywhere else we stream, we have Wi-Fi pretty much. So but we don't have Wi-Fi at the baseball and softball field. So it's a lot of technical difficulties. I keep trying the same thing, thinking it's going to work the next time, but Fouled off. 2-2 count. Let's hit second base. Throw to first. Out. Third out. And we're going to move to the bottom of the second. Score is actually 4-1. And we're going to play a quick commercial, I think.
Just a way.
3-0 pitch swung at. Three one. And Sutton's going to walk.
Result for the girls 4x100 Eastern Hancock away the time of 58.45 seconds.
All right, there we go. I'm sorry, what happened there? All right, hit by pitch. And that's going to bring up Landon Kittner. So I now have graphics back. Strike one. Score, I saw someone ask what the score is. The score is actually 4-1. Royals in the lead here in the bottom of the second. And I'm having some technical difficulties. If you hear it, I'm constantly trying to fix it. So if you hear pauses or I miss something. Wyatt Sutton's on second base. Caden Hancock's on first. Landon Kittner at the plate. Derek Daly is pitching for the Jets. And he's going to hit Kittner, and it's going to load the bases. And that's going to bring up Drew White. Drew's going to get hit. So that's going to walk Wyatt in. It's going to advance Caden the third. Landon the second. And Drew White to third with Cameron Wise stepping up with bases loaded. Score is now. We scored, didn't we? 5-1. A lot of walks in this game so far. I mean, the Royals only have 2 hits, and Anderson Prep also has 2 hits to this point. But the difference is a lot of the walks and errors. That's hit over in the right field. Nice hit by Wise. And that's going to bring in Hancock and Kittner. So nice 2 RBI single there by Cameron Wise. Knocks in 2 runners and advances Drew White to third. Royals now lead 7-1. Oh, that's not Cameron. That's Chris Craney steps up to the plate. What time last not long, I need to start using my replay button and just forget about the scoreboard. We might just take the scoreboard down. And we'll try to keep track of it.
We need Wilkinson, Kurshausen, and Bailey. Please report to the shot put. Also, Jacob Spalding, please report to the shot put.
And that's going to be outside.
Results for the girls' long jump. Third place with the College of Eastern Hancock was jumped 12 feet even. Second place, Knight of Eastern Hancock was jumped at 12 feet 3 inches. First place was the Snyder of Eastern Hancock with a jump at 12 feet 6 1/2 inches.
Oh, I bet I just lost my graphics again. And I did. As my wife acknowledges that the scoreboard's not working. I've been working on it the entire game. All right.
Results for the boys 4x100. Eastern Hancock.
Time lasts not long, I think.
52.467. This time we'll have third call for the boys 400. Second call for the girls 200. First call for the boys, the girls 200 meter hurdles. And first call for the boys 200 meter hurdles.
Oh, Craney walked. It's going to bring up Brandon Ridgway. Next. We have a decent amount of people watching, so I appreciate it, especially considering things are not working like they're supposed to.
Coaches, if you could please have any height jumpers, hurdles, report to the height jump. If not, they will be scratched out. Now, Dory was height jumping. Please send
I was really counting on some nice weather tonight. I guess we're dry. I guess it could be worse. Where I'm sitting, it's dry. All right. While we have a chance, I'm going to continue. Brandon Ridgway steps up to bat. And I believe we have a new pitcher for the Jets. Two balls, no strikes. We have Drew White on third base, Cameron Wise on second base, and Chris Craney on first base. And Brandon Ridgway at the plate here. No outs. So right down the third base line, it is going to be fair. That's going to score Drew White. And the ball just kind of sat there in the grass. Third baseman didn't quite get to it very quickly. I think he expected it to roll to him a little bit more. Again, I need to hit the replay button. We're going to hit the replay button just to hit the replay button. Griffin Brown comes up.
Oh, yeah, the post.
All right. And Brown hits it towards center field. And it's going to fall. And that's going to bring in Cameron Wise. So a nice little single there by Griffin Brown. It's going to bring up Landon Stanley. Again, score's not correct. The score is 9-1 Royals. Currently here in the bottom of the second. Bases are loaded. Chris Craney is on third base. Brandon Ridgway is on second. Griffin Brown was on first, but he just got going to have a pinch runner come in, which is CJ Tatera. And Landon Stanley at the plate. And that's going to be hit toward the pitcher. Pitcher falls down. And that's going to score another run. And the Royals keep going. Let's see if I can do a replay. Let's try something advanced. Of course. It's the wrong size. So here's that replay. Back to live action. Hey, something worked. That's going to bring us up Wyatt. Ball goes behind him. All kinds of things playing here.
Just a way.
Base is loaded. And Wyatt hits it deep toward left field. It's going to go past the left fielder. It's going to score at least two. And Wyatt is going to try to go home. And he does make it. So Wyatt clears the bases on that in the park home run.
Results for the boys 400. Third place went to Davey of Eastern Hancock.
And that's going to bring up Caden Hancock. Royals now lead
Like the original page.
14-1.
Stop.
Inside. And that's going to, Caden's going to walk, take first base, and that's going to bring up Landon Kintner. And there's a hit by Kintner. Brings up Drew White.
Third call, boys 200 hurdles. Second call, girls 800. First call, boys 800.
Drew's hit it all the way to the right field fence. Sorry. And he's going to stop at third, get a triple, knock in a couple RBIs. Nice hit there by Drew White. Yeah, and I'm trying to work on something. So we'll next up is Cameron Wise. And another hit out to right field wall, this time by Cameron Wise. That's going to knock in Drew White, and another triple.
Results for the boys.
The time lasts a lot longer, you think?
Score is 17-1 at this time. Currently still no outs here. Royals have scored 13 runs here in the second inning. Craney walks. And now we're going to have Brandon Ridgway up.
That has to be that long.
One count. Hit down the third base line. It's going to be foul ball. Trying one more thing. I hadn't tried to see if we can get the scoreboard going. And I think I got it. About just did a celebratory dance in the press box. So that's a hit over in the right field by Ridgway. It's going to score in Cameron Wise. And we're about to have a score, I think. Let's see here. Hey. 18, is that what we're at? 18-1. And I think we're good. So thanks for bearing with me on the scoreboard. You have no idea how frustrating I was getting with that. So anyways, it'll be right some of the time. And hope if I had the right batter up there. Inside.
Oh, you're post.
And that's hit right into the gap there next to shortstop. And nice hit there by Griffin Brown. Is going to bring up Landon Stanley. Let's see if we can, how quickly I can do this. So the hit there by Griffin. Nice hit. Timeout. While we got that, let's try to do quick commercial. Maybe it'll work this time.
The IHSAA, in partnership with the state of Indiana, wants to clear the air regarding our state's vaping epidemic. Why do people vape?
I am a cloud maker.
I am a flavor chaser.
I am a buzz seeker.
What do they think they're vaping?
I like blueberry lemon haze.
Cucumber mint.
Wild watermelon for me.
But what are they really inhaling?
Wait, arsenic?
Formaldehyde?
Lead? Ugh.
Vaping is not harmless. It is highly addictive. It can cause irreversible damage to your kidneys and lungs. It can ruin your life. Visit the IHSAA website, don'tpuffthisstuff.com, to better understand what vaping is and what it can do to you.
All right. So we have another pitching change here for the Jets. The Royals have scored 14 runs here in the second inning, bottom of the second inning. Score is currently 18-1. Landon Stanley will be our hitter when we return. Do want to thank our family sponsors this year. If you want to become a family sponsor, there's that link there at the bottom at tinyurl.com/EHRoyalPride. And we want to thank all these people that have stepped up for us this year in a time of limited attendance. The good news is there is no limited attendance here currently in spring sports as we are at this moment. So if you get a chance, come out and see the spring sports teams play. It was heartbreaking last year that their seasons got canceled. So come out and support them. I was going to check and see if I can get a update from the softball game next door. So I'm going to check that out real quick. Looks like the Royals are currently ahead 4-0 over the Panthers of Knightstown. And they're also in the bottom of the second. So busy night here. There's a softball game going on, a baseball game, a middle school track meet here. And I believe our middle school 7th and 8th grade softball teams are also playing here today. So let's see here.
Put it back.
So Landon Stanley steps up to the plate. And ball one. We do have runners on first. We have loaded bases, don't we? So Chris Craney on third base, Brandon Ridgway at second, and Griffin Brown is on first. A little high. Ball 2. Strike. Looking there.
Results for the 200-meter hurdles for the boys. Third place went to Jackson of Eastern Hancock on 33.62 seconds.
3-1 count.
Transcendent time 33.61.
Bases loaded.
First place went to Eden, time 32.33 seconds of Eastern Hancock.
And now it's full count. Oh, was that strikeout? All right, it's an out.
First call, boys, 200-meter dash.
We were off there, I guess. Next up is Wyatt Sutton. Oh, is it CJ? Sorry, CJ's in. So I was wrong. CJ's up to bat. His first at bat for this evening. He pitch ran a little bit earlier. Three O's the count. 1 out. Bases loaded. And we're going to have a walk. And another run. Rose lead 19-1 here. That's going to bring up Josh Hunt.
What do I do? Whatever you want to do. That's what we did. Why would you do?
Strike 1. Now have Brandon Ridgway's on third. Griffin Brown's on second. CJ Tater's on first. One. 2-2. And strike 3, strikeout. Second out of the inning. And who stepped up here? Nash Hensley. Ball 1 outside. I'm going to try to update you on the softball game next door as well. The Royals are currently ahead of the Panthers. Oh, high fly ball to second base, and it's the third out. So we're going to move to the top of the third. As I was saying, the softball game is currently 7-0 in the top of the third. Royals lead over the Knightstown Panthers. See if we got any highlights over there that I can check out for you. No home runs, it doesn't look like. They had 2 home runs the other night. I think we've got some people that may be playing in some different spots, so let's. Well, they don't have it updated for me yet. But it looks like Nash Hensley's at third base. CJ Tatera is playing shortstop. Landon Kittner is playing there on at catcher. Who else? Josh Hunt's playing second. Where's Reed? Reed is pitching. So Reed Hedrick is now pitching. Drew White's over at first. So I think these are all updated. I'm not sure. Brandon Ridgway in left field. Logan Harmon playing center field. And Landon Stanley out in right field. And I take that back. Griffin Brown is still catching. Landon was just warming him up. This might be a little advanced, but I'm going to try to pull up the stats. Tried this in softball. Let's see if it works here in baseball. So let's see here. Game changer stats. So there's the stats for the game right now. To this point, here in the bottom or the top of the third. And we're getting ready to have Reed Hedrick on the mound. Jack Scott is the hitter for Anderson Prep. And Hedrick's first pitch is a strike. And that's strike 2. Not sure how these views are working. But I was trying. Looks like it's a ball. So we're at 1-2. I tried a few zoomed in views to see how that would work for us. And hit by pitch. It's going to advance the runner over to first base. Just going to bring up number 23, Aiden Wilson for the Jets. Wilson has one hit and one of the 2 hits by the Jets in the game so far. Ball one. Low pitch. Ball two.
Results for the boys 800. Third place went to Thompson. Triton Central time 2 minutes 44 seconds. Second place, Cats. Triton Central time 2 minutes.
Ball three.
First place, Markley, Eastern Hancock, time 2 minutes 23 seconds.
And that's going to get past Brown. And that's going to be ball four anyways. And we now have runners at second and first. And we have James Hornacher up. Freshman. He also has a hit and has the RBI for the Jets.
Third call, girls 4x400 meter relay. Second call, boys 4x400.
Pitch is a little high. Oh. Call a balk, I believe. Runners advanced. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Pitches inside. 3-0. Another walk. It's going to load the bases. Bring up number 27, Ben Scott. Ben Scott struck out in an early appearance. The only strikeout so far for the Jets. Not sure what the holdup is here. And one 0. Two 0. There we go. Strike 1, 2-1. Looks like we have about 35 watching. Oh, hit down to the second baseman there. And the ball throw is high. Drew is unable to handle it. Anderson Prep scores. That was Brandon Ridgway throwing to Drew White. And now it's 19-3. Runners on the corners. Nineteen to 3, the Royals lead here in the top of the third. Count is 0-1. 1-1 count. Reed Hedrick on the mound for the Royals. Strike 2. And it's hit foul down the third base line. Still 1-2 count. Royals have 2 hits in the game. I'm sorry, 12 hits in the game and 2 errors. Anderson Prep Jets currently have 2 hits and 3 errors. And it's hit up to the pitcher. Reed Hedrick's going to play it. He's going to throw to first. And he's safe. Another hit there by the Jets. And now bases are loaded. It's going to bring up number 21 for the Jets. And a hit by pitch. That's going to bring in a run for the Jets. And Landon Justice comes up to the plate. I don't see any stats for Landon so far in this game. 2-0. Strike. Looking. Two count. And strikeout for the first out of the inning. And Reed Hedrick's first strikeout. Chris Craney pitched the first 2 innings for the Royals. And he threw 42 pitches. Gave up 1 hit, 1 run. Had 1 strikeout and walked 3. And fouled off. 1-1. Balls. 2-1. Fouled off. 2-2 count. Strike 3. 2 strikeouts in a row here by Reed Hedrick. And the Royals play Anderson tomorrow night at Anderson. And they will also travel to Tri then on Friday. So 3 games in a row here. Anderson Prep at home, then at Anderson, and then at Tri. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Strike 2. Derek Daly is the hitter for the Jets. Daly's been up to bat twice and did not get a hit either time. And fouled off. Staying alive here. 1-2 count. 2 outs, bases loaded. Chance here for the Jets to continue their rally here in the top of the 3rd. Fouled off again. Hit down the third base line, but it is going to be foul. So good contact, but couldn't keep it inside the bag. Still 1-2. Ball up high, throw over the first, though, and they got him out at first. I don't know if I got over there quick enough or not. I tried to replay that. So, Royals get out of the inning, and we move to the bottom. And let me see if I got that replay. This was earlier. Let's see. I don't know if I got it. Just. Oh. Yeah, I did. So good play there by Brown. Catching the runner off at first. And White makes the tag. And while we're looking, I thought I had this set up, but I didn't. Well, I can change it. I think I know what the problem was. So hold on for a second. I just realized it was set to softball. So let's check out those standings. These are the MEC teams in the Mid-Eastern Conference, and the games that's been played. You can see the Royals are just one of three teams that hadn't played up to this point. So Blue River, Eastern Hancock, and Union Modoc all not playing a varsity game yet, though I don't know if Union has a varsity team this year. So far, it looks like Shenandoah has played the most games with 6, and they currently have a 2-4 record. Wapahani, I just saw, I don't remember who they beat. They beat somebody, a bigger school, yesterday, maybe even Greenfield, I believe, and playing really well. I think they're traditionally a really strong program there at Wapahani, and they've started off 3-0. You see Cowan, Monroe Central, Daleville, all 1-0 also. These are not conference records. These are overall all games played records. West Dell, this Anderson Prep team, saw them last night as West Dell beat Anderson Prep 21-0 just last evening. So as always, the Mid-Eastern Conference, very competitive. Some really good teams, especially at the top usually. And they're this year's probably going to be no different. And we've got Drew White, looks like going to be our hitter here. The senior. Whoa, pitch is a little high. Drew hits that one up, fouled off. It's just going to go just past the fence. And it's going to be 1-1.
Results for the girls 4x400. Eastern Hancock won with a time of 4 minutes 58 seconds.
I don't know. I haven't decided. If you got an opinion, do you like this view or not?
Score on the evening for the girls meet.
Or you prefer
Eastern Hancock had 7
the whole field view?
Drake Central 26.
If you have an opinion, I would like to hear it. Just send it to me in the chat.
Brazino report to the press box. I can give you your ribbons.
Outside. 3-1 count to Drew White. Drew White so far is 2 for 2 with 3 runs, 4 RBIs so far. So had a great game. And that's going to be a walk. So next up is, who is that? Who is it? Logan. Logan Harmon up the bat. His first at bat.
See, it's a lot longer than you think.
Is it? Okay. 1-0 count to Harmon, the junior. I think the JV plays tomorrow at Greenfield, possibly. So the JV baseball team. I don't think they played up to this point so far. So that'll be their season opener. I think they're playing Greenfield's freshmen possibly tomorrow. Three 0. And Reed Hedrick steps up to the plate. Check in on the girls softball score. Knightstown scored a run, so it's 7-1 in the top of the 5th. Over on the softball diamond behind us. Looks like Madison Stevens pitching over there. He's given up 4 hits and has 5 strikeouts in the softball game. All right, back to the baseball game. Inside. It's a ball 4, and we now have the bases loaded. And that's going to bring up Brandon Ridgway.
That has to be that long.
And the sun it's raining, but the sun kind of popped out here for a moment. It's 3-0. Drew White is on third base. Logan Harmon's on second base. Reed Hedrick is on first. Brandon Ridgway is your hitter for the Royals. That's going to walk in Drew White. And that's going to bring up Griffin Brown up the bat. While we have a chance, we're going to do a quick commercial.
When people talk about Hoosier hysteria, they're referring to the hardwood, a packed high school gym, a roaring crowd. It's a point of pride for us all. But there's another kind of frenzy sweeping our state: vaping. About 20% of all high school students in Indiana currently vape, and the rate is growing every year. That's why the IHSAA is partnering with the state of Indiana to clear the air. Inhaling the poisons found in e-cigarettes, like arsenic, lead, and formaldehyde, can destroy your lungs. Vaping ruins lives. Go ahead. Support your hometown team. Exercise those lungs of yours. Then, if anything takes your breath away, it'll be a game-winning buzzer beater. And not because you vaped. To learn more about vaping and the damage it can do, go to don'tpuffthisstuff.com.
So the sun finally comes out. We have a nice rainbow out there in center field. And I believe, man, I didn't realize I was getting my computer so wet. We got Ben Scott is the new pitcher, and Griffin Brown is the hitter, and he's hit by the first pitch. And that's going to bring in Logan Harmon. And Landon Stanley comes up the bat.
Put it back.
Some people, sometimes some like the whole field, and then they also like the close-ups. Okay. And now my computer's not. Just add this to the list of issues I've had. Where's that water falling from? Oh, we got a hit. Contact out into center field. Or sorry, right field. By Landon Stanley. And that's going to knock in a run. And it's going to bring up CJ Tatera. And I'll get caught up. It's actually 22. Nope. CJ hits it in the left field. It's going to score at least one. Make that two. So 2 RBIs by CJ Tatera. And the Royals lead 24-4 here in the bottom of the third. And that's going to bring up number 9, Josh Hunt.
What do I do? Whatever you want to do. That's what we did. Why would you do?
I guess we got people on first and second. That rainbow's getting even brighter out there. Yeah, it is a little bit of a double. Strike thrown. Two one count. And a walk. Gonna load the bases again. And it's gonna bring up. Is it Nash? Nash Hensley. I have that right. Nash is a junior, right? Yeah. He's not a senior. So I have to fix that graphic. So Nash Hensley, a junior. And he hits it. Pops it up. And it's foul ball. Couldn't catch it. And this time he hits it foul left. And I think I got water on my lens now. Just I have this graphic that I was hoping I'd never have to use. I'll show you in a second. Oh, hit right up the middle. And to this shortstop, they throw the first, but Hensley's, oh, is he out? I thought he. Who scored there? Landon Stanley scored. They haven't updated it on here yet. Who's up? Drew White. I have this graphic of it's not really. My rain delay graphic adds water to the lens, but not quite that raining like that right now. Strike there. 2-2. One out, and bases are second and third. Full count. And it's going to walk. It's going to load the bases. It's going to bring up Logan Harmon.
See, it's a lot longer than you think.
1-2 count. Two. Full count. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. And we've got a walk. It's going to bring in a runner. CJ Tatera scores. Just took a peek at the softball game. They're leading 8-1 over the Panthers. Ball. I think that's the longest I've seen a rainbow just stay. It's still raining a little bit here, and sun is shining though. The beeping sound you're hearing is the scoreboard. So sorry about that. That's not my scoreboard. That's the on the field scoreboard. So we can't do anything about that. That's pretty important. All right. Get the stats back up for this game. 3-0 count to Reed Hedrick. Pitch is low, and that's going to walk him. And that's going to bring in Josh Hunt. And Brandon Ridgway returns to the plate. Brandon's got 2 hits and 3 RBIs and 2 walks in the game so far. First pitch strike. Royals so far have 14 hits. They've walked 16. The Jets have walked 16 batters. Anderson Prep also has gotten 3 strikeouts. So far, to this point, Wyatt Sutton had a triple. Drew White has had a triple. Caden Hancock and Cameron Wise have both gotten doubles to this point of the game. There's another walk. I believe that's the 18th walk to this point. That's going to walk in Drew White. And bring up Griffin Brown.
Oh, you got a post.
And Griffin's going to hit it third base. It stops right there. He's going to knock in. Logan Harmon's going to score. Griffin Brown goes to first. So that is now still bases loaded. And see if I can do a replay. I don't know. So here's that hit by Griffin Brown. Kind of the wet grass just kind of died right there. Third baseman wasn't able to get to it very quickly. I don't know what other. We've got a timeout here. Is who's coming up? Landon Stanley will be coming up. See if I can pull up these game stats real quick. So you can see Royals have 15 hits, 25 RBIs, 18 walks, and 3 strikeouts. The Jets of Anderson Prep have 3 hits, 3 RBIs, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Like we're switching something here. Pitcher, maybe. I don't know. We're talking it over. Royals, like we mentioned, they go to Anderson tomorrow night to take on the Indians. And then they go to Tri. So 2 away games here in a row. They go to Tri on Friday to take on the Titans. I'm not sure if the schedule on Max Preps is correct, but has the Jets' next game as being going to Madison Grant. But I'm sure that's not till the 13th. I'm sure they have a game between now and then. I want to thank our family sponsors this year. If you want to become a family sponsor, if you've watched very many of our live streams this year, football or volleyball, boys and girls basketball. I know we did some swimming live streams. We did a lot of middle school live streamings. So if you've appreciated those, one way you can give back is to donate to tinyurl.com/EHRoyalPride and become a family sponsor. We are streaming on 4 places, actually. We're streaming on YouTube, where most people watch us. We are also on Facebook and Twitter and Periscope as well. And then we're also on IHSA TV. So check us out there as well. Landon Stanley's up the bat. And Landon has had 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and has scored 2 runs. Has struck out once. And this time he hits the ball. It's going to be foul ball. Just out of reach to the left. Just over the fence. It's a ball. 1-1. Runners on the bases. Reed Hedrick on third base. Brandon Ridgway at second. And Griffin Brown is on first. Landon Stanley at the plate. It's going to be a ball 2. 2-1. And that's going to be the third ball. The 19th walk of the game. And the Royals now. Oh, I'm off on the score. Score is what? 30? Score is now 30-4. CJ Tatera is at the plate. CJ's second at bat, scored 2 runs, has 3 RBIs and a hit, as well as a walk. Three-zero count. Ooh, CJ gets a hold of that one. It's going to be fouled off. Good cut. walk. And another run. And is it Josh up? Yep. Josh Hunt up the bat.
Whatever you want to do. That's what we did. Why would you do?
2-0 count. Josh Hunt today. This is his second at bat. Has walked once, struck out once, and scored a run. 3-0. Runners on the bases. Griffin Brown's on third. Landon Stanley's on second. Well, I take that back because now we just had a walk. So now Griffin Brown scores. Landon Stanley's on third. CJ is on second. And Josh is on first. And Nash Hensley comes to the plate. First strike swinging. A 1-1. Three-one count. Full count. Fouled off. Still full count. We have a strikeout. So 2 outs. And that's going to bring up Drew White.
Close your mouth, Taylor. Close your mouth.
Drew hits it down the third base line. It's going to get a force out at third. And that's going to end the inning. And we're going to move on to the top of the fourth.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 160,000 participants here in Indiana who take part in high school sports.
All right, we're back for the top of the fourth. I believe it's Derek Daly up the bat. First pitch is a ball inside. This is Daly's third at bat. And he hits it to second base to Ridgway. He makes the throw to White. And he's out. So first out. Almost a little high for White to handle it, but was able to get his foot on the bag in time. Jack Scott up, the senior. Jack Scott has scored 2 runs, 2 of the 4 runs. And he's going to hit it there to Hensley. Hensley's going to throw to White. And another good play by the defense. We got 2 outs. And that's going to bring up Aiden Wilson. Aiden Wilson's second at bat. Scored a run, got a hit, and a walk. And foul ball. Ball 1. And that's going to be hit up toward left field, but it's playable, but it does fall. Foul. And it's now a 1-2 count. And that's going to be hit to shortstop, and the play's made by CJ, and that's 3 outs. Moving to the bottom of the 4th. Royals lead 32-4.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
All right, let's go to some replays here while we got a chance. I think I had a couple here. Defensive plays by the Royals. Play by Kittner to White for the out. And then I believe we got another one from the out right before that. That went to Ridgeway, threw it to White, and gets his foot on the bag just in time. And we'll get ready to go for the bottom of the 4th. Looks like Logan Harmon's going to be our first hitter for the Royals. Logan Harmon so far has scored 2 runs, has walked both times, and has an RBI. So he's got 2 runs, an RBI, and 2 walks. I believe the girls' game is over. A softball game against the Panthers. I'll check out that information. The Royals won 11-1. So the Royals win their 3rd game in a row in the softball diamond. And the Royals looking to start their season off here with a win here on the baseball diamond. Harmon's up.
See, it's a lot longer than you think.
Fouled off. One count. And Reed hits it right up the middle. It's going to get a base hit. Good single there by Reed. That's going to bring up Brandon Ridgway. I don't know if I'm quick enough to get the replay on there or not. Ball one. Strike. Fouled off. 1-2 count. Two. Full count. And it's a walk. See if we can get to that replay real quick. This was a replay here of Reed's hit just a moment ago. As the first pitch was a ball here to Griffin Brown. Griffin fouls it off. 1-1 count. One count, or 1-2 count, sorry. And that's strikeout. That's 2 outs. And we got Landon Stanley coming up.
Put it back.
Landon hits it down the third base line, but it's going to be just foul. 2-1 count. Okay, hold on. Strike. 2-2. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Runners on first and second are Reed Hedrick and Brandon Ridgway. And that's going to be the third out. We're going to move to the top of the fifth. Like I said, we're not sure. I think kind of the goal right now is to do about one live stream a week. I have a kind of a schedule kind of laid out a little bit, but kind of the plan. So, but it always can change. So this week we did a baseball game. Next week, I know there's a baseball game on Monday, softball game on Wednesday. So I'm not sure which one we'll be doing there. Or, I mean, perhaps it could be possible we could do both, but most likely just one each week. We have done some work to try to possibly do our track invitational, our EH invitational in April 29th. So been working on kind of the layout of that, where we'd have cameras at different events through the track meet. So we haven't tried it before, but trying some new things. But like I said, kind of like our game of the week, probably we'll choose an event to do or try to do an event once a week. But we're not going to be able to make it to every home game. So we'll do the best we can whenever we can. As we have our first hitter here for the Jets. And Hedrick's going to pitch and strike. This is number 15, Hawkins, for the Jets. It's 1-1. And a hit right up the middle. Hedrick misplays it, but still picks it up, and then Drew White can't quite handle it. And so Hawkins gets a hit. And have a runner on base here, lead off. Ben Scott up the bat. Hedrick hits. Oh, good hit out in the left field. And it's going to go over Josh Hunt's head and all the way to the fence. Hunt throws it to CJ as the relay man. And a good little double there by Ben Scott. And the Jets have something going here in the top of the fifth. Runners on second and third, no outs. Number 9 up the bat. And it's going to be hit up and just falls foul in between 3 Royals. All 3 hustling after it. Nash, Reed, and Griffin. But couldn't quite get there. And it's going to be hit back to Reed. Reed's going to play it. Going to throw it over to first. Drew gets it and gets the out, I believe. And the runners did not advance, so no runs scored for the Jets. Two on, one out. And it's going to be hit back. Hedrick's going to pick it up, throw it, and that's going to be an out. And the throw is home, but not before Hawkins could score. And the Jets score a run. And we have 2 outs, 1 out away from this game ending this evening. Strike one. This is Landon Justice up the bat. And hit by pitch. So that's going to move. Move him on the first. So the runner's at first and second. And Hayden Hornknocker is up the bat. 2 at-bats, 1 strikeout. Hedrick with the pitch. Strike one. Fouled off. It's going to be strike two. Royals now just 1 strike away from their first victory of the 2020-21 season. And probably really good for the Royals to finally be on a field after basically 2 years of. And that's going to be strike 3. I think that was the 3rd strikeout for Reed, and that's going to be the final score here. And the Royals are going to win here 32-5 in their first game. And like I was mentioning, after the season cancellation last year and all that, it's kind of good for them to be back on the field and get a chance to play. Royals are next in action tomorrow at Anderson, and then they will be at Tri on Friday. So back 3 games here in a row, and the Royals get off to a good start here with their first win. Do have a Paxton Farm Sweet Corn player of the game. And, I mean, we could choose lots of people let's see here. We had some people that Drew White had 5 RBIs. So Drew White with 5 runs and 5 RBIs. So for our Paxton Farm Sweet Corn player of the game, I'm going to go with Drew White this evening. And so good start for the Royals. And hopefully they can get another win here on the next 2 evenings. So thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm not sure when the next time we'll do a baseball game, but we'll be doing a event next week. So we will see you then.